By the time Louis hit the folding table, everyone was already on their feet. Not for triumph, not for talent, but for the most gloriously accidental disaster that little wrestling building had seen all year. The roar waiting for him began long before the crash, when one free ticket fed one terrible idea. 30 minutes earlier, Louis Beans was just a second-row spectator with Frank, chewing stale popcorn under harsh gym lights and judging the wrestlers like an expert. "Wrestling is mostly confidence," he said. Frank never looked away. "You got tired opening a pickle jar yesterday. That should have ended it." Instead, during intermission, Louis slipped through a door marked staff only, wandered backstage, and started giving performance advice to a wrestler shaped like a wall. When the promoter asked who he was, Louis pointed at himself and said, "Future talent." At that exact second, a staffer burst in. The replacement for the main event was still missing. The promoter looked at Louis, looked at the clipboard, and declared the crisis solved. Frank arrived holding 2 sodas just in time to hear the news. Louis called himself the Cape Cod Destroyer and spent the next hour practicing finger guns, poses, and entrance pauses instead of learning even one wrestling move. Then the announcer boomed his debut. Louis marched through the curtain with both arms raised, soaking in a silence broken by one kid yelling, "Who is that?" He climbed into the ring awkwardly, muttering, "They know me." The bell rang. Louis froze. His opponent stepped forward, hooked him cleanly, dropped him flat, and 6 seconds later the match was over. Frank buried his face in both hands, but Louis refused to let failure end his moment. He grabbed the ring announcer's microphone, staggered back to center, and shouted, "This is not over." What followed was a crooked speech about respect, opportunity, and authenticity, none of which made sense. The crowd answered with, "Go home!" Frank yelled, "What point?" And Louis snapped back, "I have not figured that out yet." Then, chasing one last dramatic exit, he climbed the corner ropes for a final pose. The building got louder, sensing exactly what he did not. Louis spread his arms, turned too far, and lost his footing. For one perfect second, he windmilled in empty air, then fell backward through the folding table beside the timekeeper. The table exploded flat. The bell jumped. A cup flew. The gym came apart with laughter. In the wreckage, Louis raised one weak hand, and somehow the cheer only got bigger. Backstage, even the promoter had to admit the crowd was chanting for him.